I'm just interested in her take. Now, you came in here today. You were like a little fired up today. Did you have some sort of issue today, Rob?
Well, the girlfriend was off today. It's a holiday, so therefore we hung out more, which meant we spoke more, which means we argued more. And I wouldn't say it was an argument, but there was a commercial came on for, I forget the name of the mattress, but it's one of these mattresses where, the person on the other side can't see what you're doing,
Is it like Sleep Number or is it like memory foam?
One of those. I don't even know. But that's the kind of mattress. And she goes, yeah, we should get one of those, right? And then I said, you keep doing things to make it seem like I'm not in the bed with you. Like, I snore, so you put on these earplugs. You're constantly spraying the room so that it doesn't smell like me. I mean, you want a mattress so you can't feel that I'm there. So you don't want to feel that I'm there. You don't want to hear me. You don't want to smell. It's like, why don't we just have separate rooms?
Well, wait a minute. So let me stop you for a second. I mean, if you smell and you're snoring, you're mad that she doesn't want to smell you?
No.
And that she doesn't want to hear you?
If your perfect bedroom is a room where you can't tell that I'm next to you in the bed, why don't I just have a separate bedroom?
Now, are you joking around, or is this serious?
I think that I'm 100% serious. Now, I'm not saying every night that we wouldn't, but like if she has to get up early, and I don't, usually, the weekdays, and I'm always concerned about waking her up. I just think that it's a more conducive environment to sleep it, is if there's only one of us in the bed.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Now, because the first part of what you're saying, that's not reasonable. If she doesn't want to hear you snoring so she can sleep, you don't take that personally, and I know you don't. You're not mad that she doesn't listen to you snore.
I don't take
if you love me, you would listen to all my bells and whistles. No, you would. She can certainly make it so that doesn't keep her awake. That makes sense. Guys smell over time, and that also makes sense if she wants to throw some potpourri or whatever. But if you move around a lot, and I don't know if you do or not, but she said, hey, let's get a mattress so where we can sleep together, but it doesn't affect our sleep. It doesn't sound like she's lobbying to not, you're like, if I want to sleep, but let's get a single bed so I'm there. No, I'm going to defend her. And you know me.
I'm surprised on this. Look, everything she's saying is right. But my point is, what are we losing? And then she told me what we're losing. This is her fear, is that if I have my own room, that I'll just stay in there at all times.
Oh, you want to have your own room.
I'm saying, we're talking about if we get a house together, obviously there'll be more room now. That doesn't make any sense. But I'm saying, yes, I think it helps the relationship if we each have our own room.
Yeah, I don't agree. But I'll say this. If you guys want to, Lucy and Desi it, why don't you just get two beds that are in the same room?
I think,
purposes?
Yeah, we have totally different sleeping schedules. If I come in the middle of the night drunk, I'm going to wake her up. Even if I just come in quietly and sober, I'm going to wake her up. She's got to get up early. I feel like I'm constantly keeping her up. Look, there's things that we do in our relationships that we never thought we would do. We like, it wasn't that long ago that the wife stayed home all day, and now that's crazy. Well,
right? You're saying
we've moved on certain things. Guys don't hold doors all the time now. There's just different. Sometimes women pay, for the meal. It's not always assumed that the guy pays for everything. So
you're saying that this is progress, is what you're saying.
I'm just saying that, yeah, it's not that. I mean, we meet online now. Why is it so crazy to think a good relationship could survive with people having separate rooms? Not every night that they spend separate. But just, hey, I need to get some good sleep tonight. You have my own room.
Okay, well, that's a lot different. To me, that your sleeping schedule was different, and as a result, you wanted to have a different room. Then I would say, well, that makes sense. But you started out by saying, how dare her not listen to me snore? How dare her not smell me? I want her to feel my every movement. It was not, you change your argument a little bit, but it makes sense. I don't mind that when it's time to sleep, that you want to have an independent sleeping area. I don't have a problem with that.
I totally don't have a problem with her not wanting to hear me snore on myself. And Eric, the actor on the chat, thank you, is agreeing with me. He's saying weeknights, separate rooms is good to do. But she's afraid that that'll just become my room, and then I'll just stay there all the time, which is a valid point. Now, the other thing I want, and again, I'm not kidding about this, I want a race car bed.
Okay.
No, not like a kid's one, not the plastic one. Like, I don't even know if it exists, but I want it because I always wanted a race car bed growing up, and I never had one.
This isn't real.
No, I really want one.
Well, that's funny for like 10 seconds. And then you have a race car bed. You follow what I'm saying?
I think that sounds cool.
No, you don't.
I totally would want a race car bed.
Like an adult race? Do they even make them?
That's just, I don't know if they make them or not. But like, I don't want something that's plastic or whatever. that looks like a kid's bed. I want an adult size race car bed.
Well, you'll have to pay for it. How much would you pay for a race car bed?
Well, I mean, if I have the house, everything I want, and I'm designing my dream room, then I don't know, $5,000
You what? No, you wouldn't.
for a nice bed, an oak, including.
Did
the
you win
mattress
the
and
lottery?
everything.
I mean, how are you? I mean, if you're gonna get a bedroom set and all that for a separate bedroom, you can't be shelling out $5,000 unless you're rich.
Okay, well now I couldn't, and well, all right. Speaking of lottery, let's talk about that actually, because this is something that happened last week that I.
Well, let me stop you for a second. What are you guys getting along? You two?
I think we're getting along well enough to survive sleeping in different beds, but whatever.
What did she say about? I mean, I know you're trying to get to the lottery thing. Did she leave the door open that there's a possibility?
No, she is 100% against. Even when I brought it up jokingly, she couldn't be more against it.
Okay.
Okay. You said the lottery. It's if I win the lottery. Well, we tried to win the lottery last week. Middle of last week, I'm leaving to go to a show. I think it was Tuesday night. It doesn't really matter. And she likes to play the lottery. And she says...
Well, she's black, so yeah.
Exactly. Thank you. And she said, can you buy the lottery tickets for me? Because it's when you leave. And I said, well, the drawing's tonight. She goes, yeah. I said, well, then, so the drawing happens before I get back to give you the tickets. I'm going to a show. She goes, yeah. I said, well, then you realize if these tickets win, then I win. You don't win because I have the ticket. So there's no way you can win. Legally, possession is 9/10 of the law. I'll have the ticket, so I will have won the lottery. So you're saying you can't win.
So what? Well, tell me her reaction first.
Well, first of all, she saw where I was going. She didn't want to tell me when the drawing is. Because she saw where I was. She's smart enough to know. She wanted to act like it was tomorrow.
Well, what are you, an idiot? I mean, you know,
right.
you're a smart guy.
And maybe I'm right and say this to her. Maybe I did. But I said, I'm willing to break up with you over like $50 million.
Oh, 50? I mean, there's an amount way lower than that causes the breakup. I can tell you that right now.
There definitely is no
Okay,
that.
let me ask a couple questions. First of all, yeah, of course you could. You could do that. You could sneak into your neighbor's house and, rob them. You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
If she gives you, how much money did she give you?
$13. Pick threes.
That's a strange amount. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. So the lotto is one thing. She's not in. Then there's the other, like the pick threes, the pick fours. That's more of the ghetto lottery.
She was seeing a little bit of everything.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, you probably need to nip that in the bud. But just let me jump out of that for a second. Of course, you could steal her lottery winnings. But do you understand that when she hands you $13 and says, buy me lottery tickets, and you accept that money, you're basically entering into a contract with her.
But I could lie about that.
No, that's what I'm saying. If you're willing to lie and you're willing to steal from the woman, you love her, right?
I do.
Okay. Again, if you're willing to lie and steal, and by the way, it isn't just a petty theft. It's millions and millions of dollars. I mean, it might be one of the biggest fleecings in the history of the United States. So if you're willing to do that, yeah, you can get away with it because you can just say you had $13 and then you bought. Yeah, you can get. If you're asking me if you can get away with it, it's almost 99% that you would get away with it.
That's what I thought. Now, morally, that's awful. But I thought this through. Let's say, obviously, she would take it to court. It would get ugly. She would be angry. But at the end of the day, I'm the same guy I was before. But now I have $50 million.
Yeah, you couldn't lose.
And I wronged her. So my question is, would she really break up with me?
Oh my God, dude! Yeah, of course. That would be a betrayal of such. What's the word I'm looking for? Monstrosity, or what I mean.
But if she could get that out of her head, now she's with me in the hopes that I'm going to be rich and famous doing comedy.
How can she get that out of her head? Okay, first of all, I don't believe you would stay with her. And it's got nothing to, she's beautiful and you love her. But you could not look at the face of someone you stole $50 million with. By the way, I would say she'd kill you in your sleep, but you're probably in another room with the door locked, right?
I'm in a race car bed. She'll never catch me.
Oh, 100% you'd have a race car bed in every room. Yeah. No, there's two things. If you stole $50 million from her, you would break up no matter what. You couldn't look at her and she couldn't accept you. You would not stay together. I mean, you agree with that.
But I would offer her money. I would say, look, let's stay together. I'm going to buy the house, everything we want. And here's $5 million.